Okay, so the reaction to my first video was pretty strong, which is pretty much what I expected. I don't think people quite got what I was getting at, so I'm going to try to clarify, because the question, atheism is religion, was a question. I wasn't saying atheism is religion. I was asking the question, atheism is religion? Because, all the time, most atheists get asked the question, isn't atheism just like religion? And we say, what? We give the old examples. Atheism is a religion like bald as a hair color, like clear as a color, like sleeping is a sport, like standing still is exercise. And I got all those examples back at me, which I guess I should have expected. But I was kind of hoping, I've been doing this long enough that people would have known that I wasn't implying that atheism was a religion. So let me be very, very clear. I am not saying that atheism is a religion. In fact, I'm not even saying atheism is like a religion. I'm making some comparisons of what religion does and atheism does, and I'm a work in progress, which is what this is an attempt. I'm not trying to trick anybody into, watching by saying atheism is a religion, because it is a question. Atheism is a religion? That's what I'm asking. So, let me bring up football. Football could be considered a religion. It has Sunday Mass, the game, sometimes on Mondays. It has communion, beer and pretzels. It has community. It draws people together. And that's kind of what religion does. But unlike atheism, football has faith. And what do I mean by that? If you're a football fan, you know what I'm talking about. Your team is going to make it to the Super Bowl. You have faith. Even when they're in last place, you know deep in your heart that they're going to turn it around and make it to the Super Bowl. You know they're not going to, but you have faith because it's your team. And that's how religion is. Christians, it's their team. They're going to heaven. And the Judaism, it's their team and they're going to heaven. And the Muslims, it's their team. They're going to heaven. So, when I say atheism is religion, I'm not saying it is a religion. I'm saying it has some things that can be comparable to religion, or at least it tries to. Modern atheism is trying to bring those people who have lost their faith into, I don't want to say into the fold, but they are trying to offer what they are losing when they leave their faith. When people are used to going to church every week and they lose their faith, they keep going to church every week because that's their community, that's their people, that's what they're used to. And they don't want to give that up. And atheism is trying to offer that. We have these Sunday secular meetings, we have meetups, we have conferences, we have things that we are trying to offer those who have lost their faith. We're trying to offer the community to them that they're losing. And that was really the point I was trying to make, is atheism doesn't try to be like religion, but it tries to offer what religion offers. And that's not a bad thing because, well, people like to get together and they like to get together over a commonality. And not believing there's a God is a commonality. I mean, it's not a shared belief, it's a shared non-belief. But that sounds weird, a shared non-belief. I mean, what do you get together about? Things we don't believe in. Yeah, there's no, don't believe in unicorns club, but God is a much larger subject. And there's a lot more people that identify with not believing in God. Well, I guess there's actually more people who identify with not believing in unicorns, but that's kind of an accepted thing. There's not too many people who think there are unicorns, where there's a lot of people who think there is a God. And I also said that atheists think that believing in God is silly. And I was generalizing. I know a lot of atheists who believe that believing in God is silly, or at least that's how they feel. But I also know that there's plenty of atheists who don't think believing in God is silly. They may agree that it's rational to believe that there's a God. But they also agree that when you really look at it, the whole concept of a God is, well, it's difficult. It's difficult at best to hold on to the belief that there is a God, because there's so much that just says, no, there is no God. There is no plan. There's no afterlife. There's no, there's nothing about the universe that screams, there's a God, to an atheist. Now, to somebody who thinks there is a God, they've already planted that seed that they believe that there's a God, so everything screams that there's a God. But when they lose their faith, that screaming goes away and it's replaced with, that doesn't look like God. That just looks like stuff. So, and I've done lots of videos and I've covered a lot of these subjects, but I just want to explore this idea that atheism is not trying to replace religion, but is trying to offer what religion has given people. One of the reasons why people don't want to give up their religion is because they don't want to give up that community. They don't want to give up the feeling that they belong. And that's a hard thing to give up. If you've ever belonged to a group, you know that when you're outcast, and that's what happens to a lot of people, when they lose their faith, they become outcasts. They become, they were literally pushed out that you are no longer part of this. You are now alone. And that's very difficult. And it's understandable why people would not want to come out as an atheist if they know that's what's in their future. So atheism tries to offer back that community. It is trying to supply what people are going to lose, because those things are very important. And that naturally makes the religious want to compare atheism with religion. It's like, oh, you've got the Sunday services and you've got your beliefs, and we don't. And we all agree as atheists, we don't have Sunday services. We don't have, beliefs. We have the one belief, or the one non-belief. Yeah. We need to have a place for those who need community. Not everybody does. I don't, but I certainly enjoy it when I find it. And that's why I was mentioning conferences and other things of that nature. We need to offer to those people who need it a place to go to feel community, because that's what religion offers. And that is what atheism is trying to offer, thus making that comparison of atheism and religion. So let me clarify, atheism is not a religion. Atheism is nothing like a religion. Atheism only has one thing. We don't accept the claim of God. But religion offers things that atheism can offer. And we probably should. And that's the point I'm trying to make. That's what I'm trying to say. And that is the subject I'm wanting to explore in this series of videos. So if you got mad at me, hopefully I've clarified and you're not mad at me anymore, and don't think I'm trying to, I'm not even sure what you thought I was trying to do, but a lot of people thought I was trying to do something. Had a few people saying, you gotta take down that video, don't be saying that kind of stuff, and you don't ever talk about that ever again. I'm like, really? Come on. We're grown-ups, right? So, anyhow, hopefully I've clarified, and this is take 2, and hopefully I'll get better at this. And please, if you have suggestions, things you want me to cover, things you want me to explore, I invite you. I want the feedback, even the bad feedback, even the you know, you're an asshole feedback. Bring it on. I've got a thick skin. I've gotten used to this. So go ahead and tell me what you think, and tell me where you think I should go with it. And you know what I'm talking about. If you tell me where to go with it, I'm just going to ignore that. But if there is a line of thought you would like me to cover, please let me know, and I will work on that. Okay? So please bear with me. This is an experimental subject. So hopefully it'll go somewhere interesting. So I'm Tom, your friendly neighborhood atheist, and again, subscribe. The more the merrier, and the more you know, the more you find out and stuff. And so this is take 2, and see you at take 3, I hope. Okay? Bye.